You know, you think of somebody that invented the world's first camouflage swimming pool would be like this professional hunter.
Not you.
Not me. But the thing about my outdoor heritage lifestyle, you know, my dad, I run a whole lot in my early life, but the hunting thing was never an option. But I went a few times but never saw anything. The only time I ever saw a deer was when we almost hit one in a car, you know. But so the thing is I met this beautiful blonde-headed girl named Rachel Elizabeth Brantley, and when I met her, I met the lifestyle of hunting. And let me tell you, these are professionals. Her brother and dad is probably some of the best I've seen.
They're not professionals, but they have passion.
When you got 30 years of experience behind your belt, you're pretty much an expert, I believe. But it was the big day.
It was in November. I think it was the 11th, actually. You have it on the shelf.
Yeah,
but
we'll.
Yeah.
So I get ready. I borrowed the coveralls and all the real tree camouflage and dopey had me stinking, and had my new fresh waterproof camo boots that I bought from Academy Sports. I look professional, and man, the sun ain't even come up. It's still dark outside. I threw it together and drove all the way to Odenville, Alabama. We went and ate.
I was in Atlanta with all the girls from the ministry.
Yeah.
And we were going snow skiing, and you actually went and spent the night with my parents, which I thought was so sweet, and to go hunting the next morning.
So we load up in the truck, got the 4-wheelers all on the trailer, and
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's starting to come up, and I've been sitting out there for about an hour, and they got me in a tree stand, and it's freezing, and all of a sudden I kind of hear something to my right, and I look down this little dirt road, and a doe comes out, and you know, looked a little larger than what I could see, or what it really was. It looked bigger to me, but it was one of the things where I thought to myself, man, this is really the first deer I've ever seen out in the woods, and if this probably going to be the only deer I see, so I might need to go ahead and take this opportunity. Well, then the inner spirit came in me and said, don't shoot the deer, just wait. But with my experience, I thought to myself, okay, if it goes, you know, back in the woods here, and I don't see it again, it wasn't meant to be. But if this thing comes back out, then it was probably meant to be. So it trucks back in the little brush there. About a minute later, here it comes again. And it's about 50 yards out. So I need to go ahead. It's my opportunity. So I grabbed this 30-06 and I put it up, put the crosshairs right on the shoulder blade of the front chest here, and boom! Dropped the deer. Man, I was excited. I get out, man, I had a rush that I can't, you know.
Did you have my brother on a walkie-talkie or something?
He calls my phone and it's vibrating. And he said, man, did you get you one? And I'm being all loud, like, yeah, man, I just killed my first deer. And he said, man, congratulations, man, you know, they're rutting. So you might see another one. I checked the deer out, and I'm like, oh my God. This thing is the size of my little hunt dog here, LG, and then lost its spots. And I started feeling kind of bad, but I knew it was going to be some great deer meat, you know, and everybody's going to eat good. But so I want to keep my first shell. And so I pull the chamber back. The shell pops out, falls on the ground. I get it, put it in my pocket, put the bolt action back in the gun. Reload, what I thought. And it ain't 5 minutes later, and I hear, and right in front of me, a big old 8-point comes walking out. Big, mature, big adult 8-point comes walking out. And I'm talking about, I felt something that I ain't ever felt before. I raised the gun up, I got the crosshair, and all of a sudden he looks at me. And he's just looking dead at me. And I'm looking in this scope, so it's like my eyes and his eyes was meeting. And at that time, he starts eating some nuts or something. So here's my time. I got the crosshairs right on the shoulder and click, nothing happened. And I said, oh my gosh. And by the time I just realized that another shell did not reload after this shell done popped out. Oh man, the thing was gone.
Oh.
So I had to go home with Bambi, and then it was one of the things where I knew what I really could have had, but what I really had. And it was a great learning lesson. A little patience. So that's my first deer hunting experience.
Well, it wasn't a bad one.
No, it was successful.
Right. Every day is successful.
Yeah, that's right.
I love you. Mwah.
Hey, it was some good deer meat, wasn't it?
Oh, it was some good deer.
Oh, yeah, good.